Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. I hope you all are well. I'm about to take my Honda CRF300 on its first longer dirt road excursion. I'm still in the break-in period of the bike, so I've got a little bit longer, but feeling pretty good about taking it off-road, and it'll be a pretty easy day on the dirt, nothing too intense. So I got to go get suited up. We're here in mid-January. I had to wait a little while. It was pretty stinking cold this morning. So like I said, I'm going to suit up and then I'm going to hit the road. But first, I want to show a piece of gear I've put on the bike. I've got a lot of other gear coming in later this week that I'm going to get put on, so we'll be ready to go. But at the end of the first video I made of the bike, the first ride video, I mentioned that the side stand I didn't care for. So I got an SRC product here for the side stand foot enlarger. And I think this was like 65 bucks, but well worth it, I think. I mean, on some concrete or asphalt, you stick the bike down, no problem, but out in the dirt, this narrow little side stand will just sink in if the dirt's soft at all, and the bike will just go over. You know the story, you've probably been there, but I thought I'd share this little piece of equipment because I think it'll make a big difference. So there you have it. So anyway, I'm going to get suited up and then we're going to ride. Okay, I am all laced up. Got my cold weather riding gear on. Can barely move. That's right. So one of the things I've done immediately with the Honda here is this brake line. I'm not sure why it's just out there in the front like that. Perhaps someone more in the know than I am could answer that, but I just zip tied it to the handlebars there, and it seems to not annoy me quite as much. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, that's taken care of, so now I can see my beautiful LCD panel. And I'll be honest with you, I'm rather enjoying seeing what gear I am and having a gas gauge, because on the other bikes I've owned and ridden, I haven't had any of that. And yesterday I was riding the KLR and I was looking for those things on the panel, and 2012 KLR does not have those things on it. So one of the things that I can tell you right now that I'm missing on this bike, on the Honda, is having a little windscreen. I've gotten used to that on the KLR and the XT250, and having that wind. I had this bike up to 65 miles an hour yesterday, and having that wind just hit me in the chest, I did not enjoy it. So I'm not sure if anyone makes an aftermarket windscreen for this bike yet. Perhaps they do, but if they do, I will be getting that and installing it in the very near future. So as I mentioned in the first video with this motorcycle, I am intending to ride at distances 40, 50, 60, 100 miles or whatever it takes to get to where I want to go. So I want it to be comfortable to ride on the road, and having a windscreen definitely helps. Also a seat. So I'm looking forward to getting the seat-by-seat comp sets put in. And I gotta be honest, the seat on this one, yes, the seat sucks, but I think the seat is worse on the XT250. So there's that. I'm not needing the AirHawk pad on this bike yet, anyway. Maybe if I did 100 miles straight, possibly, but thus far, no problems. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the asphalt today. It's going to be more time on the dirt, which is good. It's going to give me a better idea of how this bike feels and handles. I am still not a fan of the stock tires, the IRC. They are actually coming off this week, and I'm replacing them with some Tusk D-Sport tires, so we'll see how that goes. As far as speeds, getting this bike up to 65 miles an hour is not a problem. I was doing it yesterday, off and on, riding in 6th gear. It was very comfortable, pretty smooth, no problems. So we're almost to the dirt, thus beginning the adventure of the day. And today on the dirt, the particular loop I'm doing, as far as technical terms, I would just consider it probably easy, just mainly dirt roads. We did get quite a bit of weather a few weeks ago, like 5 days straight of rain. If you don't know, that much rain consistently in the desert, things come apart. So not sure what the conditions of the road is. I'll be dropping down into what's known as Beaver Dam Wash coming out of it, so I'll probably encounter some washed out sections of the road. That's about, I'm presuming, the extent of what I'll encounter. We're on the dirt, baby. So I'm not going to be cruising down the dirt road at 55 miles an hour. So I'll probably stay pretty warm. But I've done this loop before, and it's a really cool loop. Pretty sure that everything's going to be dried out by now. We haven't had any weather for what, maybe 2 weeks now. So at 150 miles, or over 150 miles at this point, still like the bike. It's not very many miles, I know, but as I said, I've been fairly conservative riding it. Yesterday I was on some dirt, not much, but going down some hills and stuff and getting familiar with the brakes, and the rear brake seemed like I really had to really jam hard on it for it to be effective, but I don't know. Like I said, not too much time, not many miles. All these things, once I get more time and miles on the bike, I'll probably be a lot more comfortable on it. I don't know my exact mileage today. I know we've done this loop before. Might be 70 miles. I'm not sure, but oh, what does this Honda hold? A little over 2 gallons of gas, and the panel's saying I'm averaging 74 miles to the gallon, so I should have ample gas. Started out with a full tank. I did bring some extra gas, and as I mentioned in the first ride video, standing on the bike for me is totally comfortable. My arms are comfortable. I'm not squunched over. It just feels right, and the foot pegs are pretty wide, so I've got a little more platform to stand on versus the 250, the XT250, that is. So a very comfortable bike for me to stand on, and I'm about what, 5'10", so yeah, this works out really well. So this would be a pretty good day, an indicator of how this bike's going to perform for me, because I'll encounter all the things that well, I'll get an idea about. So I'll be using you know, coming down some fairly steep hills in the gravel. I'll get to experience the rear brake and see how the braking goes, and the suspension. You know, everyone says the suspension's squishy, and I'll have to agree with them on that. We'll see how it does for me today. Today's a true test, that is. And yeah, overall, we'll see how by the end of this loop here, how I feel about the bike. Yeah, it's a beautiful winter day for sure. There's some wind going on out here, but there's always wind. Hopefully it's not going to be howling. Thus far I feel like it can begin to howl. It's starting to pick up pretty good, which isn't that big of a deal. It'll just, you know, make it that much more colder. But you know, it is January, so it's to be expected, right? Now I'm finding it fairly comfortable sitting while riding on the dirt. These little ruts and stuff, they're not bothering me too bad. So thus far I still think the suspension's fine for me, but you know, it's just like anything else. At some point I could probably see myself changing that, but for the time being I think I'll keep it as it is. Here we go. Yeah, the back brake I feel like I have to really engage a little harder, but it just may be me getting accustomed to the new bike. So I'll definitely be able to really see exactly how comfortable it is standing on this motorcycle, because I want to have some longer distance of standing today on the dirt. And as I mentioned earlier, it's for me, it's very comfortable to stand on this motorcycle. So I'm really comfortable cruising on the dirt here on this style of road. You know, just it's a nice wide, chill, graded dirt road. Some loose gravel here and there. Between 30 and 40 miles an hour. Bike handles it really well. Yeah, in the beginning it was a little squirrely for me, but now that I've gotten used to it, I think the bike's handling it very well. But once we come out of the wash and back up on the other side over there, come into some really cool Joshua tree forest. About to start heading down now. Go ahead and slow her down a little bit, because these roads, even it's a Monday now, so I'm still seeing some traffic out here, and what I don't want to do is end up on someone's hood. So we get a lot of traffic coming over from Mesquite, Nevada. These dirt roads go all the way over there, so and farther. I haven't yet to push forward on exploring that, but I intend to do so. And both Jen and I are getting acquainted with our new bikes, and we're gonna get the KLR out here too. So lots of exploring to do. As you can see now, like the Beaver Dam Wash to my right, I mean, it's unmistakable, and I'm just going to continue following this down. Get to try out some more of that rear brake action. Here's a nice steeper section here. I just want to see how bad that rear end's going to slide out on me. Not too bad. Seemed like the XT slid out a little more, but that's what's handling it. This one's staying in line thus far. There she goes. Not too bad. Actually I'm seeing, I think she's working just fine now that I'm jamming on her. Okay, muy bien. Well, it's definitely warmed up a little. Warm enough anyway I could switch out my gloves. By the time I get down to the bottom here, I'm going to be roasting. Oh, it's a good one right here. There we go. Wow, already got here. Huh. That was quick. I can work on that rear brake and see what she's about. Drop down a second. Oh, there we go. Man, all good. Okay. No problem. No problemo, man. Bike handle's great. Actually, I gotta take this balaclava off. I'm roasting. Oh. Woo! Man. Mejor, much better. Oh my goodness. Whew. So much better. That's definitely warmed up. Wow. Whew. Take a look there. Pretty fun little climb up right there. No wind down here. Man, she's riding great. Yeah, man. That side stand enlarger does the trick. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it does the trick all right. Okay. Well, that was a matter of time, huh? How did you drop the bike, man? Lifting it back up, no problem. Good Lord. Well, you know, you gotta drop the bike, break it in. Whew. How in the hell did you drop the bike? Amateur, I'll tell you what. Oh, I get a scratch on her? Bummer. Oh, that's what happened. There's like a hole right there. You know, when I stand on this bike, I'm on my tiptoes, so it's a little taller than the XT. Anyway, well, later down, we got that over with. Let's get up this. Whew. See how she climbs. We can go faster than that. Oh yeah. Ooh, loose. Oh. Yeah, she goes right up it. Nice. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Right, well, this is a bit of a, this road here is a little choppier than the last one, so this is giving me a little more action. I had to stop and take my base layer off and put a shirt on. I was just roasting. Oh, it has definitely warmed up. Once I get on the asphalt, I'll get chilled again, but man, I was cooking there for a second. Well, I'm glad I finally got to pick the bike up. Yeah. My first time laying it down. I wasn't even running. How about that? How about that, man? Some nice loose stuff here. Yeah, she gets right through it. So a little squirrely. But I'm getting used to it. Yeah, the road at this point just goes in and out and in and out and in and out of washes, so I'll get a really good opportunity. Oh, I take this corner slow, jeez. To really check out these brakes and see how she feels climbing back up. Some of them are pretty steep, and in the beginning I talked about really having to stamp down that rear brake, but I've gotten accustomed to it now and it's working pretty good. Well, it seems like it's doing the job anyway. Ooh, there's a little loose deep sand there. Crawl up out of here. Whoa. Well, she's not a powerhouse to get out, but I knew that going in with the bike. I just needed a little more power. I wasn't looking for a whole bunch more, and she's doing what I needed to do. So crawling up out of the wash here, this loose stuff, she's handling it pretty darn good. Yeah, I'd say so. Yep. Oh, yes. Right on. Up and down, up and down. Oh, yeah. Nice. She gets right out of the chunky stuff. Yeah, I can't wait to get her on some baby heads, huh? I mean, she'll just cruise up and down the stuff, no problems. I wasn't expecting any problems anyway, but nice smooth ride. And it appears that she'll do just fine in the slow, chunky, like enduro stuff. So I think this bike's going to work out very well for me. Just cruising right up it, man. All right, well, I've been playing with that rear brake pretty well today, and she's working out pretty well. Just getting my feel for it, you know. And like I mentioned earlier, surprisingly, when I really hit the rear brake on this loose stuff, the rear does not slide out from underneath me that bad. It stays in line pretty good. Interesting. Well, here we are. This is the main drag out. Excuse me. It's just a nice, wide, graded, just chill dirt road out of here. I mean, it's super sweet. And this last section was pretty cool. Yeah, it really gave me a chance to see what she could pull off, and I'm pretty satisfied, I gotta be honest with you. She handled the chunks really good, and the deeper soft sand, fine. Climbed up the hills, fine. I mean, you know, it checked all the boxes for sure. And another big thing for me was just being able to stand up at a length of time comfortably on the bike while I rode, and I can do that. So yeah, fantastic. All right, let's move on. What are we at? 190 miles now on the bike. See, I started, so we put 40 something miles on her so far. Right on. Today, that is. All right, well, I'll be able to cruise comfortably, I'm sure, on this road at around 40 miles an hour once I get going here. So like I said, it's just a big, wide, nicely graded dirt road. We'll get out of here pretty quick. Surprised how fast this trip's gone by. Yeah, it's a pretty chill ride. Yeah, we cruised through this lax section, man. No time to get back to old Highway 91. Too much fun, man. Here we are. Woo, man. She handled all that dirt just fine. Excelente. All right, here we go. So this was another one of the reasons I decided to go up from the 250 and into the 300 here, is just the on-road riding, getting to and from the dirt. I think sometimes I have to do some decent rides on the asphalt, and man, the 250 just for me wasn't that comfortable after a while. But the 300 seems to be doing that a little better, and as I've mentioned before, getting her up to 55, 65 miles an hour isn't a problem. And where I'm at, almost 60 miles an hour now, and I just don't feel like, I feel like she could go a little, she could continue moving faster, like she's not wrung out, you know. And I felt that way with the 250. Once I got to 55, I felt like, you know, it was stretching it to get it past that. And I got the 250 up to 70 miles per hour, but it definitely took a minute. But this one here, it's no problem getting her up to 60, 65. Let's go ahead and get in the 6th now. There we go. Now we're cruising. Oh, where are we at? 64, 65? Moving right along, man. Moving right along. All right, man, what an awesome loop. That was a great trip. What I got? Let me see, like 50 miles on the dirt or something like that. Something close like that. So I am very happy with how the bike handled on the dirt. She did a great job. One thing that seems a little lacking to me is the rear brake. It just seemed a little, took too long to engage, I guess, if I'm saying that right. I really had to stamp down on that thing, but it worked good enough and did me right. Also, the suspension is meh. Yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest suspension for sure. Currently I don't have any plans to do anything with it. I may, though. It is what it is. And but it works fine for me for what I'm doing currently. And yeah, comfort wise overall, much better than the XT250. That's not saying the XT250 is not an awesome motorcycle, because it surely is. But I'm glad I made the step up to this bike, and I think it's going to give me plenty of adventures, so lots more to come. So folks, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to the patrons. We will see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.